Hello! Welcome to the Making of Encounter blog series. For those of you who have been following our videos before, welcome back. And for those that may be joining us for the first time and have found this video of a strange guy on YouTube talking about a budget, welcome aboard. What's this all about? Well, we're creating videos to chart the progress of making our first feature film. So we're going to be showing you all the different steps that we take in taking this film from script to screen. We've done 18 videos so far. This is number 19. It's going to be all about the budget. So let's get on with it. In the last video, Elliot told you all about putting together the production schedule. And the next step for us was putting together a budget in terms of knowing what figure we need to make the movie. Obviously, for every element, for every crew member, every cast member, every piece of equipment, every location, every service that is involved in making your film, you've got to get a quote for that. You've got to get a rate. And that may involve researching online, it may involve picking up the phone and calling people, but it's a very lengthy process. And I've got a printout here of the budget itself. It's 12 pages long. It's quite a lengthy little document, and as I'm sure you can imagine, putting together 12 pages of quotes and rates and all sorts is quite a lengthy thing. So be prepared to do a bit of time. That's something we learned quite quickly. For those of you hoping to hear what the final figure is for the budget, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we won't be revealing that in this video. Ooh. The reason for that is we just want to keep it under wraps at this stage in development because it's quite early on and we don't want to give anything away. So, how did we do it? Well, I'm sure there are some very fancy software packages that you can get out there for putting together your budgets. However, we used the good old classic, reliable, sturdy Microsoft Excel. Yeah. So I'm just going to pick out a small area of the budget just to help explain and demonstrate the format and the kind of table that we were using when we put together this budget. So I'm looking at the camera department section here. For each area of the budget, we have an account number. So the account number is just a reference for us so that, later on in the process, if we have to reference any part of the budget, we can very quickly and very easily find what we're talking about. So in this example, we've got the director of photography up here. That's listed under description. That just literally labels what area of the budget we're talking about. Then we have the amount column. The amount is just a figure which is specified by the next column, which is units. So in this example, it's 30 days. So that unit could be weeks, it could be months, it could even be years with a project like this, who knows. Then we have a rate. So for each individual or each piece of equipment that we use, we're going to have a rate. And then the final column is the subtotal. So in this example, it's 30 days at this rate equals this amount. So let's just have a quick look at an area of the budget that's got a few figures just to make that a bit clearer. I'm going to show you the camera equipment section of the budget. So you can see here, Encounter will be shot on the Red Epic, and we're going to need it for 6 weeks, like Elliot said in the last video when he was talking about the production schedule. It's a 6-week shoot, so we'll need the camera for 6 weeks with 1 week prep as well. And we have a rate here of £1,500 a week. This is a camera package as well, so it includes things like cards, monitors, viewfinders, etc. And then we have the subtotal here, which is just, as I said before, the amount of weeks by the weekly rate, which equals £9,000. So it's actually quite simple when you get your head around it. If we just quickly glance down the rest of this section of the budget, we've got additional rentals. That includes things like monitors, additional cards that we might need, and in particular lenses. This is an allowance for that expense, and it's quite a large one. The main reason for that is the lenses. Lenses are quite expensive, as I'm sure you're aware, and in particular we'll be using anamorphics, Panavision anamorphics for this, which are a bit more expensive than standard sphericals. We've got a second unit camera, we've got expendables, things like gaffer tape, camera tape and marker pens and things like that. And then we have a few other things like continuity monitors and director's monitors as well. So once we put together all of these figures for all the different people, calling up all these people and getting quotes, we could put together what's known as a top sheet. So I'll just quickly show you that. A top sheet is pretty simple really. It does what it says on the tin. It's a cover sheet basically for the budget, and all it does is it summarizes all the different elements and all the different areas and gives you figures very clearly so that you can jump straight to that section and go, that's the expense that I'm paying on camera equipment, for example. So as you can see on the screen here, we've just gone for the main headings for each section: pre-production costs, production staff, camera department, etc., all the way through the budget. Next to it you'll get a total, which is the total for that section, and then next to that you'll get a running total. So we put in a running total to give us an idea of how the budget was totting up. Then you can split that into different sections. So there's above the line things like producers, directors, writers and the talent, and then below the line, so the production costs. We've even split it into total production and total post-production as well, to give us an idea as to, you know, how the money is spent in different areas of the project. Obviously we had to include things like VAT. We put a contingency in place in case there's something that we haven't accounted for. There shouldn't be, but you never know. Also, we've added a production fee and insurance as well to cover the production. In case anything goes wrong, we're covered, which is very important. We have a grand total at the bottom, both in pounds and in dollars as well. It may all seem very extensive and probably a bit over the top. I don't know, depends on the scale of your production. But this is incredibly important for us. Elliot and I will be going and approaching investors, businessmen, people in the feature film industry, and it's important that we've put together a proper budget. We've been helped by an experienced line producer and production manager to put this budget together, and yeah, it's a key component. It's as important as having a solid script, you know. Like I said at the top of the video, you may not need to produce a budget this detailed. You might be working on a smaller project, you may be working on a bigger project, but either way, it's actually a really useful tool to know the expenses involved in making your film. So I hope that's been interesting. I may have waffled on a little bit, sorry about that, but it's quite a big thing. We don't say this often, but if you could like and share the video, we really want to get these videos out there to other filmmakers. We think it's important that we kind of share this journey, and we also just want to make a community of people who enjoy making movies. So we've had some amazing support so far, some really great comments from you guys. It means so much to get, you know, that kind of positive feedback on the videos and what we're doing. It's all very exciting. Thanks a lot for watching the video, thanks for being on board, and I hope you're enjoying it.